What's up, people, and welcome back to Ivan's Limes. I know the last video we had was with the Lambo Performante. Now we actually have something completely different. We have a 2022 Toyota Tundra Off-Road Edition. Let me show you guys. Jose, why are you in my way, Jose? Just move out the way. Jose, make that funny face for the audience.
Which funny face?
The funny face you. Come on, bro. You're not doing it. You're not.
I don't even know which one you're talking about.
The one where your eye goes to like the. Let's see. Yeah. And we got Mike from the Keep Gunning Coop. What's up, Mike? Thanks for coming by. Actually, this is the guy that edits all of our videos and reels and stuff like that. So, of course, we got to have him around. Anyways, guys, forget about them. Here it is. 2022. Let me turn the light on. Maybe you guys get a better view of it. Toyota Tundra. Actually, it's a beautiful car. It's better looking in person. This is the TRD Off-Road Edition. I don't think there is a pro version of it yet, from what I understand. What are we gonna do to it today? We're gonna put a leveling kit on. I like it. I like it. The grill is just pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive. Like, look at that. It's a monster grill. It's a beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. All right. Let's go. Obviously, we have to take the wheels off as we're recording.
I think first thing we have to take off is the sway bar.
Yeah.
Here. So the lower control arm could drop. Then these bolt joints. Then the shock, the lower control arm should drop completely and be able to take the shock up.
All right. So we're pretty much gonna drop the lower control.
Not drop it. It just needs to swing.
So there we go. What size was the sway bar, Jose?
This was a 19 millimeter.
All right, guys. So first we're gonna take off with a 19 millimeter socket. We're gonna take the bolt off the sway bar. That's the first thing you're gonna want to do on both sides. It is actually
pretty tough to get off. Maybe you put a pry bar right there.
So again, we are doing this pretty much live. This is the first one I ever done.
You need a 24 millimeter.
Let's loosen the control arm from there a minute as well.
24 millimeter.
Okay.
Put your. That's tight.
Let me get it. Let me get it, Jose. Yep. Wow, that has to have like 180 pounds of torque.
Yes, it does. It's.
Oh my God.
The other side's not even spinning.
Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like Loctite on it. Oh my God. That was pretty tight. I mean, guys, you could take the shield off and hit it with a gun if you really wanted to.
Same thing on the other side.
But do I really want to go through all that work? Not really. I'd rather just wrestle it a little bit. Or do what Jose's about to do. Put 2 wrenches on it. That's a great idea. Wow, look at how the wrench is bending. Oh my God. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
So the reason we are loosening the lower control arm bolt, it's so there's no pressure on the bushing and it would actually swing down.
Alright, so now we gotta take out these 22 millimeters.
Get the gun.
The whole bolt joint gets out. I believe.
Guys, it's actually pretty great. Somebody else doing the job for you.
Is the 22 there?
You know what?
Oh, right here. I had it already.
It's right here, Jose. It's right here.
Oh, I knew I grabbed it.
Yeah, you're probably trying to take my 22 instead of yours.
Oh, thank God. The gun fits.
I mean, if it didn't fit, we jack it up. Beautiful. So as you see, guys, knuckle's pretty much out the way.
Now we grab a pry bar.
Jose.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's. Is the other one loose?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Beautiful.
We're gonna get this one out as well.
Okay. Pry this one out. There we go.
Lower control arm. Oh, we got to take out obviously that bolt.
Yes.
So I think if we put a pry bar here.
No, we're not gonna pry anything. Grab a wrench. Just put a wrench on it.
22 millimeter.
That shouldn't be as tight as those damn lower control arms. You can either use a wrench, guys, or with a gun and an extension, you could put a 22 millimeter socket on this side and just hit it. That's gonna be the easiest way. Jose, just give me the, what size? The 22. Give me the gun with the 22.
It's already loose, bro.
It's already loose? All right. Anyways, I figured that wouldn't be as tight as the lower control arm bolts. There was no way in hell. I mean, those bolts over there felt like 190 foot-pounds of torque or more. Pretty insane if you ask me.
That's it. Don't let it hit my feet.
Go ahead. This is a one-person job.
Now you see.
But the more help, the quicker we could get it done.
Now we need a 14 millimeter for the
top bolts.
And
Which, Jose, you know what? We could use, we could actually use, I'm already lost. The electric ratchet.
Oh, yeah, of course we
could use that. And that's gonna make life easier. But you're gonna wanna break them loose first with a wrench or a socket or anything, if you wanna break your electric ratchet. And let me lower this a little bit. This is way too high.
Break them loose. The kit brings new nuts and thread locker, so we don't have to use those. You know what? We can't get to those with the electric ratchet.
And we do have a special guest here. My man Amin from Fat Photo.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm sure you guys have seen him in a few other videos. You know, trying to compete, see who does the fastest coilovers. I mean, we all know who that is.
We know who does them the right way, though, right?
Oh yeah, aim over here. Aim over here. Hey, Jose, you want to get fired?
Ooh,
You're supposed to be only one way, bro.
We do it better.
We do it better, thank you.
And faster.
And faster, thank you.
17 minutes.
Man, we're not having bragging time right now. All right, guys, so we're doing the right side. We're gonna give you a better explanation on how to take that spring apart from the shock. We did have to go into our Brannick spring compressor. I figured I'd just show you everything I learned from taking it apart and putting it together on the right side, so that we are not making the same mistakes that I did make earlier, and it's gonna save you a lot of time. Obviously, we're listening to lower control arm nuts, which is like 200 foot-pounds of torque. Insane. It's actually taking all my energy out. Crazy as that sounds. Look at that. Wow. Pull it from there, Jose. Can you pull it? 3 hands is better than 2. The one on the shock is pretty easy. Hold it. Go ahead. Oh, damn. Go ahead. There we go. Out? Yep, out. And that's literally, guys, how easy it is. You're literally sway bar length, lower ball joint bracket, loosen the control arm bolt nuts, and 3, what is it, 14 millimeter on top? 4 14 millimeter nuts up top, and the shock is yours. And just like that. First thing we're gonna do.
Mark it.
We're gonna compress the spring.
First, let's mark it.
Well, in reality, there's no need to mark it because the aftermarket
Doesn't hurt to mark it.
top part, top mount, tells you where it is. This one tells you where exactly you have to be. Out. O-U-T. Out. So you don't have to mark it. It already has a mark. The bottom, you're able to move it, but if you want to make your life easier, yes, just mark it.
Ready?
Go. Lube is a really good friend. Why is this thing not spraying anything? Look at this.
It's mystifying.
It's it literally the mist. Where's the other one? I'm assuming that the difference between a regular Tundra and obviously the off-road Tundra, which is this one, is like it's blinding me right now. You don't notice that?
Trying to make you shine.
It's shine. You like literally left me
I can't see your face now.
How can you not see my face?
Cause you're not glowing.
I'm not.
Excuse me, guys.
Anyways, guys, like I was saying, the spring rate has to be completely different from a regular Tundra and actually the off-road version, because the amount of pressure this spring has. On the first one, we were trying to do it like this, no success. We were able to take it off, but to put it on, we actually had to go to the Brannick over there. And we were cranking the life out of that. So be very careful, very careful. I highly suggest you're very careful. All right, guys, so we got the whole shock assembled. Hopefully you learned from our mistakes. Obviously, we're not really showing. Sorry for the interruption. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit because obviously this is all brand new, so we still want it to look pretty brand new. Obviously, we'll take it later and power wash it. It doesn't even matter, but it's already on. So there's that spacer we were talking about earlier.
Taper side down.
There it goes. Taper side down.
Let's find the out.
It says out. The bottom is straight. You can't mess that up. If you do, to move the shock, if you think you're gonna be able to stick an extension or something and move it, I promise you, you're not gonna be able. At least not on the off-road edition. This thing has a crazy amount of pressure, people. Crazy amount of pressure. So Jose's gonna get up there. I'm gonna go under and pass him this shot. Straight up.
There we go. You know, you just put them up. Put one on each. Oh. Here.
Good?
Yeah, you can let go.
All right.
Here. And now this is no longer a 14. And I believe, let's see, is it a 14? No, it's a 15 now. Ivan?
What is that?
15 now. The new nuts that is supplied, they're 15.
Oh, so it did supply us with some new nuts. They're 15 millimeter. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten those. As he's doing that, I wanna push the lower control arm up a bit. Obviously, we gotta move the upper control arm. Leave that loose, Jose, so that way we can square off everything out.
That's the last thing you tighten.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So these
All right.
two lower bolts that go here.
Okay, there's
No, these,
you got the wrong one, buddy.
These two lower bolts.
Yeah, these go to 221 foot-pounds of torque. We just looked them up. That is a lot of torque, but that's what it calls for. So, and these you don't have to put pressure. You don't have to load the suspension in order to torque them. The only ones that we're gonna actually load the suspension and them torque would be actually the shock, the sway bar link, and the lower control arms. But at least this lower ball joint bracket, we'll be able to put it on, and we don't have to actually, like I said, just load the suspension on it. So we're gonna go ahead and install this right now. Once Jose gets back. Jose, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that right now. Let's get these pretty centered at least. You gotta. No, get the rotor.
What do I do?
Okay, hold on.
It's hitting the shock.
It's hitting the shot.
Ow. You want to get a jack under there?
You know what? Give me the piece of wood so I can put it down here. I don't have to suffer so much.
I think Carlos took
Oh my god. Alright, never mind that action. Alright.
You want my big pry bar?
No, just move this out the way so I could get it under.
You gotta try to spin it a little bit.
Just want to see if there's anything else hitting it.
Get it up. I'll put this in so it holds it.
The other way. That's it. I don't even think that would spin, but who knows. Move the... There we go. Okay. So we got that there. You know what? Center the shock hole so we could run that bolt through it really quick. Which that one calls for 140 foot-pounds of torque, people. Center it, stick that thing in.
It goes through this side.
Okay, that's pretty centered. Stick the bolt in. Okay. Give it a little love tap. That's good. Okay. Don't forget the washer, the knot. Again, we are not tightening it because we want to put pressure on the suspension. Right now, our main focus and goal is to get these lower ball joint bolts. So in order to do that, we gotta play with it. Obviously, everything you put on this car, you wanna be able to thread it in by hand, guys.
Everything's aluminum.
Everything's aluminum. You fuck it up, I'm sorry, you mess it up, you're in for it. Literally in for it. Jose, give me...
What's up?
Give me the gun so I could start it with the gun. Oh, look at that. We have a custom wrench for that. That's hilarious. You gotta spin the other one over there. Because you want it to be as center as possible.
Hit it with the long bolt.
Yeah, that's why I said get the gun, because by the time you're there ratcheting, forget it. It's gonna be like a workout. This one first. Okay. Nice and easy, just like that. All we got to do is torque it, which we are going to torque it right now. Is it at 221?
No.
Oh. This is going to be fun right now. Luckily for us, we have a really good friend, Hulk Hogan Muscles, my boy over there, Vincent. Why you not getting Vincent, Mike? He's right there. Look at him, the guy with the muscles.
No, he was aiming over there.
Oh, he was aiming? Are you the guy with the muscles then now? Nah, I don't think
Don't try to
so.
torque.
Mike, but you look pretty strong, Mike. Don't they say body weight takes it all?
Hey, man. You want to see if your son could do it?
No, leave Mike alone. Mike's the camera. Here you go, Mike.
No, I want to see if your son could do it. The steering wheel's gonna...
It's okay. It's gonna stop.
Jesus. And look at that.
Wow, that's a lot of torque.
You had your Wheaties today, huh?
Jesus.
Good.
Double check this one.
Beautiful. All right, so we're not gonna put the sway bar link yet. We're gonna set the other side up completely. Do the same. We're pretty much gonna do the same process over here, over there. Once we get the lower ball joint on over there, then we're gonna get back and show you guys how to put the rest of it together. Thank you. Ready, Mike?
Yep.
All right, guys, so obviously we're gonna start putting everything back together. a rubber mallet. Or use the... Go ahead. Back of the hammer. There, let go of it. Let's put the
That
other
one
side.
goes to, I think it's 55 foot-pounds.
Yeah, 55.
Beautiful. And that's a 19.
But we need the pressure on the... I want the pressure on the car. I want the whole suspension to be loaded before I even tighten any of this stuff.
Alright, here you go.
We pretty much put a load on the suspension already. We're using jack stands. I mean, you can put the wheels back on if you want. Whatever makes it easier for you. Obviously, we're working on my alignment rack, so with the jack stands, obviously, is more convenient. If you're asking me why, Ivan, didn't you do it on your lift? It's because it's a lot more comfortable for me on the alignment rack. That's just me, so.
55 foot-pounds.
And I'm not aligning any other cars for the day. I'm already done.
Got it. Gotta switch it to the...
You just had the
the
top?
19 is on the...
Right here.
Oh, well, I have the long one here.
Use the long one.
A little easier.
55. Yep, that's 55. Beautiful. All right, let's tighten the shock.
That's a 22. Let's get the...
I mean, the shock, you know what, Jose? Let's tighten the upper strut mount, the bolts. We're gonna put the wheels on and we're gonna tighten the shock with the wheels on it, because I feel like even though we got the jack stands on it, I feel like there should be more travel than what we have.
These just have to go nice and snug.
It's just my craziness. Almost forgot. Which, guys, I almost forgot. There's a set of washers. One set of washers is for the rear struts. One set of washers is for the bumps.
The
bump steers. So yeah. The bump stops. Why am I saying bump steer? Bump stops, people. I don't know why I'm thinking about bump steer. It's been a long day over here. That's what I'm about to use. Grab onto it. And actually, it wasn't even that tight. Before you put the wheel on. Gotta get a razor blade to open this. I can't use my teeth, forget that. Here we go. Pair of pliers. So the small washers are for the front. This is the way it goes. So a smart thing to do, a little bit of Loctite. So.
You need the red one?
Nah, blue one's fine. Grab the pliers. You took that one out?
Yeah.
Just snug it. Mike, you want to pass on that washer over there? My boy Vincent. Nothing.
Let me get the big pliers, Ivan. He sent me the big pliers.
I usually don't go to the gym. This is my workout.
You like it?
You know? Yeah. There's not enough weight for me at the gym.
What did you put them all together?
There we go.
I mean, the problem about putting them together, I'm pretty sure you had this issue sometimes.
Nasty, baby.
All right, guys. So the hardest part, which I'm gonna say the hardest part, and it should be the hardest part, was the front. It's done. Finito. You saw everything. Any questions, guys, feel free, DM us at Ivan's Alignment on Instagram. We're always gonna answer. My phone number's there. If you gotta message me, call me. I mean, a lot of people do. Feel free. I'm here. I got you. Anyways, we're gonna get to the easiest part. Yes, sir. Thank you. We're gonna get to the easiest part, which is the rear. The rear consists pretty much of two things.
All right.
The plate where the spring is gonna go on top of, and this little washer, which is gonna extend the rear shock. Very simple.
I can't really grab it from the controller because then the axle won't come down.
It should come down. Hold on. There. Good.
Bring my tool cart. Just bring my tool cart.
I mean, do I have to take the wheel out? I don't think so. I'm gonna try to do it with the wheel on.
Really? Perfect.
Let's give it a shot. Obviously, I'm doing it on my alignment rack. Makes my life easier. If you want to take the wheel out, I do suggest you take the wheel out. Take the bottom out first. That one. Take the other
17.
one. Take the other one. The other side.
Take the other side as well.
Lower the car a little bit, Jose. Put the tire on the rack.
Move that bolt.
Good.
And that's all it was. Just need
So I told you, you got to bring it down. Down. Go, Steve! Remember that?
That one went right back in.
It's all right. Try it. There, you see how easy it is? So that's out the way. So we gotta loosen the sway bar links, so that way we could get the springs out. So, what size is that?
I have it on me.
Good.
One. This side. Take it out, but one side should be fine. All right.
Okay, jack it up.
Oh, hand me the ratchet with the 12. This is kind of extend. Is it a 12? Yes, it is. Electric ratchet should be on that drawer that you just tried to open.
What is that, the brake line?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the brake lines, all right.
Is there anything else?
No.
No, there isn't.
Check the other side. Beautiful. Let's go.
Other side, the sway bar's holding it. That's as high as we go.
Ah.
You gotta take the wheel off.
Well, that's what sucks about doing it on an alignment rack.
You can't go up pretty a lot.
You can't go up that much. All right.
Oh, but wait a minute.
Oh, well, guess what? It doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. All right, guys, so the spring is out. If you do it on the floor, in a way it's a lot easier because you could put it on jack stands, and with the jack on the center of the pumpkin, you could bring it up and down and everything's gonna come out a lot easier. Even on a regular lift. Again, I choose to use my alignment rack because it's just what I'm used to, right? Anyways, this is the plate that it brings. I already forgot the company's name, but it will be on our main subject, how to install a leveling kit. This is a leveling kit. That's how it works. As simple as that, guys. Now, the same way we took it out, we're gonna put it back in. All right, guys, so we got the spring out. We actually took it out with the wheel on, but obviously to get the spring back on, so we're pretty much adding, I'm gonna say about an inch and a half in total. Now we need the wheel out so we could pull down on the axle and get the spring back in. So, yes, you know what? You do have to take the wheel out. I tried to do it with the wheel on, but it didn't work.
Okay. Does it have a...
Yeah, the spring has to go in place. There, spring is in place. The top is in place there.
Yep.
All right, that's one.
Okay.
All right, are we gonna go to the other side?
Well, let's do the shock.
All right, let's take the shock out real quick.
It's a 19 millimeter.
It's 19, but we have to grab it with the adjustable wrench, Jose.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Lose them. So now, what we're gonna do is take this one out. Now we take this one out. Okay, remember the orientation. We put the spacer. Should fit right in there. Once you put it in here, you put this back. Remember the big one here. That one would go in there, crushing it, making it work. Now, we should install the shock again. Remember, this part goes like this, inside that little hole. Alright. Once it's in there, got the 19 millimeter. Be able to put it back in there. Once it's in there, tie it back up again. You'll be able to give it a good snug. And that's how you install that spacer. Now we gotta try to get the shock back in here. And that's not gonna happen with my hand. It has a lot more pressure. Alright guys, so now we have to try to get the shock back inside here. So usually we would put the wheel on, but the axle is way too low to put the wheel on because this is pushing on it, so the wheel won't fit. So we're gonna substitute the wheel with a jack stand. Put the jack stand right here. We're gonna go and lower the car. We're gonna lower the car. And as you can see, the shock is coming down. Now, my cameraman is gonna help me out with his muscles.
Lift it up a little bit. There you go.
Now it's inside. It's as simple as that. Now, if I remember where Ivan put the bolt, that's alright. I have this one right here. We put the bolt, 17 millimeter, back on. We'll find the torque specs for this and get them to you in a second. We'll put it on. Perfect. Now we reinstall the sway bar up here. This is the nut. We put it back on. Find the torque specs for that. Give them to you. And don't forget about the brake line. Right here. More, I think, is the ABS sensor, not the brake line. Yep, ABS sensor. Put it back on. That one doesn't really have to be torqued. It just has to be nice and snugged. Snugged. Let me go find the torque specs for this and I'll be right back. Alright, let's give it a little snug. So the torque specs for this is 66 foot-pounds. So we have it set up on the torque wrench already. 66 foot-pounds. And It's just tying the upper sway bar. That one just has to be nice and tight. Perfect. And this side is done.
So guys, I'm back. The same way he did this side is the same way you're gonna do the other side. As simple, as easy, or probably easier because I don't think you have a brake line on the other side. So I haven't checked because we haven't gotten there. If you do have the brake line, loosen the brake line. Same thing. Take the pressure, take the wheel off. It's gonna be a lot easier. We tried to do it with the wheel on. Obviously it didn't work. So overall, if I have to say 1 to 10 to install this lift kit, I'm gonna say it's a 7 because of the front. Besides that, everything else is a piece of cake. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. Again, this is the Tundra off-road. I'm pretty sure the spring rate on the front is a lot heavier than any regular Tundra. So be careful when you're compressing them. They do take a lot of crank, especially on a Brannick suspension, one of those contraptions, whatever. I can't even think right now, I'm tired. But guys, thanks again for joining us. As you see, my employee Jose definitely killed it.
Thank you, guys.
And he's still semi-clean somehow. Anyways, guys, take care. Thanks.